Notice how much following distance I have between me and the vehicles up ahead. Great tip for you if you're riding a motorcycle is to develop a good following distance between you and the vehicles in front of you. General rule of thumb that I've heard is around a 2-second minimum following distance. So the way that you can actually find that out, how much following distance you have, set yourself up, is pick a fixed object, like this white car passing that green sign, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. So it's about 4 1,000, 4 seconds before I pass that green sign myself. That'll let me know how much following distance I have, right? So I watch this tree here. We're out there, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and then I pass the tree, right? So pick a fixed object, a street sign, mailbox, some marking on the ground, pothole, whatever it is, something you can identify. This yellow sign here, let's try again. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. So now I'm getting a little closer, right? They might be decelerating, I might be maintaining my speed, so I'm shrinking that following distance. If I discover that I'm getting closer to them, decelerate myself, slow it down, back it off, recreate more. So let's try it again. Let's go for the speed limit sign up here when the white car is about lined up with that. All right, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. So about another 4 seconds there. So this is something you can constantly do, is adjust your following distance between you and those vehicles in front of you. And the more you get used to it, you don't really need to pick out a fixed object like that all the time. You can kind of just learn to identify the rate of speed of other vehicles. So if I was to look ahead and see this GMC and see me kind of closing that gap on them rapidly, I could know that I'm going faster than they are, right? If I'm just chilling and there's kind of this equal space or bubble between us, then I know we're doing about the same speed, right? If the gap starts to open up aggressively, then they're taking off and I'm just sitting here doing the same speed, on and so forth. So you can learn to kind of judge that, especially coming up behind you. If you're looking in your mirrors and you see a car coming up and they're kind of smoothly slowing to a stop, then you can maybe, you know, anticipate that they're preparing to stop behind you. If you look in that same mirror and you see the same car coming up and their rate of speed looks pretty intense and they're not really slowing down, then you can maybe anticipate they're gonna slam into you at 50 miles an hour and you should be ready to go. So yeah, you want to be very careful and identify that good following distance between you. Give yourself more time, more space to react. Now I mentioned that minimum 2-second following distance, but you can see right here what I got between me and that white van up there. And you know, you could probably barely even see the white van because it's so far ahead. This is a great following distance for me. So let's try to play the same game and count how much following distance I have between me and that van. Enough that this white car might pull out because there's so much space, right? So let's look for this green sign up here. I'm actually catching up a little bit. Try and set our speed steady. So right around that green sign, the van's about to pass. All right, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. So maybe about 7 seconds of following distance right there between me and that white van. And I'm just holding 40 miles an hour, pretty consistent there. So I like this big gap, right? Notice if I was right behind that green Toyota Tundra right there, I'd only have about like a half second of following distance. So if they make any aggressive maneuvers or slam on their brakes, I'm probably bumping right into their tailgate, right? But if I got all this space to work with between me and that van, then that's ideal. But now if I'm in the middle and I have following distance in front of me, I have space cushion on the left, space cushion on the right, now I got options kind of all around me. That's a pretty good spot to be. Now if a car flies up on my left side and swerves into my lane, I have a little bit of room. Same thing on the right side. I got all this time and space in front of me. All kinds of options, right? And I'm glancing in my rear view mirror, my mirror's here, and I can see how much room I have behind me as well. There's a car way back there, a van I think, that's way back behind me. They have about as much or even more following distance as I have between me and this black truck. So awesome. I'm in a nice little kind of bubble here, nice little spot. So when you're trying to pull out onto a road like this, make sure you wait for a nice gap You don't want to try to just jump in this little one, because if you miss a shift, your bike stalls, whatever, you have an issue, then you're just putting yourself in a bad position, right? So instead, look, the light's changing yellow. Here comes the last truck through. Now I got all day long to creep through here, merge into the lane, give it some gas, right? So such a more relaxed, chill experience instead of trying to hurry and rush, you know, rush the process, throw yourself in there. Just take your time, don't rush it. So red light here, this is a good tip. I'm already decelerating. It's a red light. I'm watching the cars behind me. I can start downshifting smoothly. Probably in second gear now. Now the light's turning green. I haven't even touched my brakes yet. Now the cars are starting to move again. Now I'm gently getting back on my throttle here just a tiny bit as they start to resume forward progress. So a great way to handle any kind of intersections, traffic, stopping, whatever. If the light's gonna turn green eventually, you don't have to race up there and then sit there at a dead stop. You can kind of slow down ahead of time and keep yourself moving, creeping up to the stopped traffic, and then by the time you get there, they're moving again. So thinking ahead, planning ahead, keep yourself rolling. That's a fun way to do it.